The first song that I remember hearing and singing inside, you know, when you sing a song over and over again in your head. And that song was Heart of Glass by Blondie. When it was at its peak, like when it went to number one, it was like around about the time when I was walking to school, and I remember singing it in my head. And it's connected with really, really like traumatic memories for me because of going, you know, like going to school for the first time and leaving my mum and all these things and this the thing that goes through my head is the and that those two melodies were like a mantra going round and round and round and round in my head like non-stop, and they were like kind of weird soundtrack to this fear and of you know, going to school for the first time. And so began 12 years of absolute I'm in prison. When I was about 13 or 14 years old, I got my first acoustic guitar. The reason I got that guitar was that I saw Roy Orbison on a Jonathan Ross show called The Last Resort. It's a Friday night show, and Roy Orbison came on and sung Pretty Woman. But this is years before the movie was out. And it was actually a very random performance. I met Jonathan Ross like, I don't know, 15 years later, and I asked him about that night, and he remembered it because they couldn't find anyone to come on the show, and they were looking through all of the who's in town, and Roy Orbison was playing, I think, at the Hammersmith Apollo, and they got him to come on a show and play. And had I not seen that, I don't know if I'd be here right now. They got hypnotized and asked my mum to change my present at Christmas to the acoustic guitar. And of course, I tried to play down, 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 but I still can't play that. I could drink a kiss of you, darling. Still I'd be on my feet. I would still be on my feet. I went to an art course in Scotland when I was about 17. There was a great crowd of guys and girls there and really good teachers. And a teacher called Jerry Kelly from Glasgow. He's the best art teacher in the world. He's kind of like the Pied Piper. He's a keystone for me. He put on records, and it was Joni Mitchell was the artist that he played that, and the album was Blue. It's something about it. I don't know, the honesty of it, or the quietness of it, and the simplicity of it. And I thought, oh, I've never heard like music like this before. I'd never heard songwriting like that before. It was all very like blokey and ma macho, sort of, you know, stomping around the stage like Bono, or you know, strutting about like Peacock, like Michael Hutchence, or prancing around the stage in a theatrical way like Jim Kerr, kicking the air like Jim Kerr. Um, I It was all that up until that point, and then Joni came along, and that opened the door to this other most like write about what you're feeling inside type of style of songwriting, and that's when I started to get more and look this way and want to express my feelings a bit more, because there was a lot of things, I think there's a lot of stuff you have down underneath that needs to come out, and I think songwriting or poetry or art, these are ways to frack it out of your system. So I was going from the schoolboy sort of thing, which was U2, INXS, Simple Minds, to something a bit more, I don't know, it just felt a bit more. It was a four-piece band from Athens, Georgia, REM. REM became the template band for me around about that point, because they had something, yeah, they had something more. They had a little bit more than just, I liked Michael Stipe's behavior on stage. I think he's one of the best frontmen. It wasn't macho, it was something else. It had elements of macho, but it wasn't, but just like salt, it was a sprinkle of macho, but there was other stuff going on there. I mean, you won't really hear that in Travis's music, um, but it's there.
Je le compare sur tout et tu vas pas me croire. J'ai fait le même cauchemar.
The way music sounds right now is because you don't really have songwriters writing songs anymore. You have producers writing songs and singers. When those people write songs, they're writing from above the neck. There's nothing coming. There's no fracking going on. If it's been written from above the neck, it'll just tickle your brain and that'll be it. But if it's been written from below the neck, the hairs on your arms will stand up. You'll get a very physical response to it. You'll cry, or you'll stop in your tracks, and you'll pull the car over and you'll be like, whoa, what was that? It's almost like the closest we've got to a real magic spell. I don't really hear much at the moment, that I'm like, whoa, that's moving me. Actually, there's an artist from France called Pomme that I really was into, and I still am. But it's all in French, so I don't know what she's saying, but it's definitely coming from below the neck. You can tell. This is the thing, it's not the words. We put words on melody to, it's like, the mRNA vaccine, right? They put it in these lipid nanoparticles to get it into your system. Lyrics are a lipid nanoparticle. That's how you get it into your system. And the music as well, it goes in through your ears. But the real medicine is this invisible thing, which is the thing that cures you. That's the thing that goes into your system and makes your hair stand on end and fracks your emotions and brings them up. Yeah, lyrics are not the point. The melody is the point, and the emotion in the melody. There's something else. There's a tone to it, and that's the thing that makes people react, and it's the thing that comes from below the neck, and it's beyond language.